Bitcoin has decoupled from the Nasdaq. Dominance is creeping up to 60%. The stock to flow model from Plan B makes a resurgence. GBTC traders are making a killing on the NAV gap closing, and SBF will testify later today in his criminal trial. Hey everybody, welcome back to Crypto Daily. Actually, kind of a light news day for the crypto space. Bitcoin down about 1.5% today so far. It's been bouncing around. I saw it creep down to 39,000. Sorry, not 39,000. 33,900 for a little bit, but then obviously we've just kind of been bouncing around this 34K level. I'm kind of interested to see, if we hold on to 33K. I think a lot of people are kind of eyeing that. Next leg down from there, I think that people are eyeing is around 31,000. And then obviously you've got the 35K level to the upside. So I don't know what we'll see, but like I said, kind of a light news day. So we'll talk more about pricing and Bitcoin dominance and stuff like that. So first thing here, Bitcoin is up on its 7th consecutive green candle. Obviously today will be kind of a key moment to watch in terms of candles. We could see the first red daily candle today if Bitcoin doesn't kind of take back what it's lost so far. But just interesting to see. Obviously, these are kind of like the early signs of the bull market, hopefully. I think that's what we all want to see. And we've seen this decoupling of Bitcoin's price from the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq has gotten crushed in the past couple weeks, since September 1st. So the Nasdaq has just been getting crushed. All tech stocks have been getting crushed. Tesla is down really badly. So since September 1st, Bitcoin is up 34%, and the Nasdaq is down basically 8.5%. So the Nasdaq's up a little bit today, finally, a little bit of relief in terms of tech stocks. But you can just see this massive decoupling of Bitcoin from the tech market. So will this continue? Probably. I mean, if we start seeing, this crypto bull run, that we're all kind of anticipating, we'll keep seeing a decoupling. The Nasdaq is not going to suddenly go up 35%. So, will the Nasdaq keep going down? I don't know. I put on some shorts on the TradFi markets, but that is a topic for something else. Bitcoin dominance has been creeping up to the 60% level. This is kind of, as I talked about yesterday, kind of a key level for a lot of people who, play the altcoin market. So there was a great trade that could have been made out of flipping your altcoins to Bitcoin when dominance was at 40%. And then now as we kind of creep back to 60%, I think people are going to start kind of flipping back. So this is kind of how the crypto market always goes. Bitcoin leads the market. Most cryptos are tied to Bitcoin, via liquidity pools or exchange listings. So, Bitcoin always leads the market. Altcoins kind of trail behind. And then eventually, people start flipping their profits into altcoins looking for, bigger gains in the bull market. So, I definitely think that that's going to happen again in this market, this cycle. So, it's happened every other cycle. 60%, I think, is just kind of like that, early stage level of Bitcoin dominance where people start to see it flip back down. So obviously it can run a lot higher than that. Like you see here, it ran to 72%. So we'll see where things head from here. But like I said, a lot of people watching this 60% level, and we'll flip back into altcoins when we start getting there. So Plan B's infamous stock to flow model, it's been wrong and right, a lot of different times. As his bio says, all models are wrong, some are useful. So, as with any model, you can't perfectly predict everything that's going to happen. Otherwise, you'd be printing money and, unstoppably rich. So every model is wrong to some degree, and it'll never always be right. But I think a lot of us have eyed this, broad-based macro stock to flow model as being kind of interesting. We'll see, how it plays out in this cycle. He's saying it's showtime as it's bouncing back from the one standard deviation, which is like around 31K. So we'll see. Will we bounce up to 103K like he's saying, like his model predicts? We're kind of getting in this key moment here for the model. So let's see what happens. GBTC has been a great trade this year. So it's outperformed even NVIDIA, which obviously is kind of unrelated, but it's just, NVIDIA is like top performer of the year. So GBTC just kind of closely following it now and actually outperforming it as of, the last couple of weeks. So it's up 220% since the start of this year. But the real level, or the real metric that a lot of people are watching is the NAV. So that's the net asset value. And there's always been a gap on GBTC, since the major crash of FTX. That gap, widened and closed, and it got up to 46% at the start of this year, and now it's down to 13%. So a lot of people were making a trade where they would short Bitcoin on the futures market, and then they would buy GBTC shares and basically just play that spread and hope that it closes. And obviously they've done really well because that gap has closed from 46 to 13% this year. So just something cool to watch. Obviously, GBTC and Grayscale are fighting for that ETF approval so that they can convert the GBTC fund into an ETF. So if that happens, it's obviously going to instantly close the gap in a single day. And as the news cycle kind of heats up for them, that gap just keeps getting closer and closer. Final piece of news, we've been following the SBF trial every single day. A lot of interesting testimonies that have come out, but SBF himself is going to testify later today and come in his own defense and see where things land. So the prosecutors rested their case, and it's common practice, but the defense actually requested a dismissal based on a lack of evidence, and obviously the judge denied that request for dismissal. So when SBF testifies, I think they're saying it's going to be like a 4-hour testimony or something. That'll be really interesting to watch what news comes out of that. I'm sure he's going to get hit with some really hard questions, so definitely going to keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll have something cool to cover tomorrow in terms of that. But that's all I got for today. Like I said, light news day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the October 27th episode.